Hello everyone, my name is Gina and I would like to officially welcome you to Season Beauties. If this is your first time visiting with us on today, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so very much. Your girl really does appreciate it, and welcome back. Either way, if you are currently not subscribed, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Become a part of the Season Beauties family. We'd be more than happy to have you. And there is more than enough room on this family tree just for you. Now, as you saw from the title, our video on today, we are going to, I've tried it on, we're going to review it, and we're going to give you first impressions of some products that we have gotten in our last two BoxyCharms. So that would mean the December BoxyCharm Premium and the base box, okay? So, and it's possibly even some items from the November Luxe box, okay? So, we'll take a look and see. If it is, you'll see it listed below. If not, it's not even going to be mentioned, okay? So, let's start from the bottom. I still used all of the same products I used before, so those we're not even going to mention. But the first thing that I do want to talk about is this foundation. Okay, now this is the Bite Beauty Change Maker Supercharged Micellar Foundation with Power Pure Mandui Berry. Okay, and this is the packaging for that. And this is what the inside packaging looks like. Okay, now this very, very full coverage. I need to take a look and see if that's what this said. But this was a very nice full coverage foundation. However, the challenge that I had with this one is it was a little too orange and just a little too dark. So the shade that I have is called, well, it's D170. This is just a little bit darker than what I would like. All right, but I finessed it some to conceal underneath the eye. I used a much lighter concealer than normal, okay? But I must admit, if I can find this in my perfect shade, I would not mind using this. This is really pretty good. Will I reach for it again if I can find a perfect shade? If I have time, I will, because I can mix it. But I love the coverage was amazing. The texture was amazing. It blended very, very well with a brush and a beauty blender. Now, since we're talking about the beauty blender, or beauty sponge, we'll say, okay, what I did use is the Elena Badro Luxury Sponge. Now, this is a 2-pack, okay? And in the 2-pack, this is the one that I use, the teardrop on the bottom. Now, look at the size of it, okay? It's still wet. Y'all know how I am, and yes, I washed my brushes and my sponge before we came back to talk about it, okay? So it is still much, much larger than it actually comes in the package, okay? So here's the other one. Here's the one I just used. So you can see it's starting to dry down, but it's still a lot larger than its box companion, okay? So do I like this sponge? This beauty sponge was really good. I like the teardrop shape because I was actually able to use the pointed tip under the eye. It blended out very, very well the corner of the eye, and I'm very impressed. Definitely will be using these. I can't wait to try the other shape, okay? That I definitely like. Okay, then I used another package. The Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This thing is fantastic, okay? Loved it on my brows. Love it, love it, love it. Now, with this also came the brush applicator by Anastasia. Okay, and this is the 7B brush. Love the spoolie and the brush on the end, okay? yes, I will be using this. Sometimes we prefer to use a pencil. However, I don't have a problem using a pomade. I don't have a problem taking the time to sculpt it out. I like it. Okay, to me, it gives me better control. And sometimes we can be control freaks about some things. So that, absolutely. Will I use it again? Most definitely. This will be sitting out or in my makeup bag if I am indeed traveling. And the shade of the dip brow that I have is soft brown. Okay, that's the shade that I used. I love it. Love, love, love it. Then the eyeliner that I used is by Persona, and it's in the shade Black, spelled B-L-A-C, all right? And I love it because it says this is waterproof. Now, in the winter months, when the wind blows, I do have challenges with my eyes watering. And I refuse to walk around with raccoon eyes, with black circles or black lines running down my face. I'm not doing that. So I definitely do like this, okay? I did absolutely swatch it for you when I received it, but I just want to show it to you again. And the fact that it is waterproof is amazing. So I do like that. Will I reach for it again? Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, then let's talk about the eyeshadow. This did not come in any box. This is something that I purchased a while ago from a fellow YouTuber who started their own brand. And who is that? Destiny Godley. Oh my God. I love, love, love her palettes. The colors were amazing. The shades, I'm telling you. Well, let me just show you the packaging first, okay? This is what her packaging looks like. You know, there, and the sleeve that you put in it, okay? Now, the palette does come with a mirror, so we're gonna cover the mirror. And I wanna just show you these beautiful, beautiful shades again, because I did show it to you previously when I unboxed it. But this is so beautiful. The shades that I used to create this look were Biscuits, which is this one right here. This one here. I used Investment, which is this one right here. I used Honey, which is the middle shimmer that I have. And then the inner corner, pay attention, okay? So those right there, absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And then under eye, I used Investment and Breakthrough. Okay, just under the eye. Absolutely love this palette. We'll definitely be reaching for this several times. Now, the next one that I'm interested to get a hold of is this blue right here. And that one is called Dungarees. Such an appropriate color for it. So, I'm very excited to try that again. Well, I was very excited to try that. Okay. So, before I move to the next palette, I want to tell you about the brushes that I used, okay? Now, as you know, my favorite brush line is La Rouge, and I did receive La Rouge in the Beauty 10, okay? And so I did use these brushes. Now, let me tell you what I used on my eyes. Now, I'm having a little bit of a moment. Maybe I didn't clean it very well, but this one, the color was so pigmented, I do still see a little trace of it on my brush, but nonetheless. So for the all over the lid, I used the tapered blending brush, which is the LR120. Then for the outer corner and the carryover, I used the shadow brush, which is LR110, that's this one right here. And then for the shimmer, I switched sides for this, and the middle shimmer and the inner corner. And this was the concealer LR100 brush. And this is very, very thin, but it handles wonderfully, gives you a nice precise line. And to use it in the almond part of the eye. Love, love, love it. Okay, now moving on to the blush and the highlight on my face that also came from the Godly Glow. Okay, and I used her blush palette. Okay, this is the packaging on this one as well. Yes, there is a mirror inside, so we're going to cover that one too. And let's just appreciate the colors for the dark-skinned women. How about that? So this is what I used for my blush. Okay, this one right here, and then this one is what I used for my highlight, just under my glasses here and taking it back. So will I reach for this again? Absolutely. Absolutely. The Godly Glow is designed for us darker shade women. Okay, and she did a wonderful job choosing and creating shades that match well on our skin. Okay, and the brush that I used for that is the Duo Fiber LR316. Okay, so I applied my blush with this and flipped it over and used it for my highlight. Okay, so y'all already know, am I going to use the La Rouge brushes again? Goes without saying, you know, that's my favorite brush. Now there was, okay, let me slow down. That is my favorite brush line. I appreciate them, I use them, I do not purchase them. Okay, when they come in, I use them and I clean them and put them away because I need to make them last as long as possible. Love, love, love those brushes. Okay, now there was one La Rouge brush that I didn't use, and that was the angle brush. Not because I couldn't, because I absolutely could have used this one for my blush and the other for just a highlight, but I had it already in my hand, so just did what I do. And that was the Christine set. The brush set was the Christine. Now, it made me think about something else I used on my skin. And that product is Aceology. Remember, we talked about this. This is the Charcoal Detoxifying Treatment Mask. I love this mask. I love a good peel off mask, and that's what this is. Now, I used it, I applied it with a mask brush, which I'm not going to show you because I forgot to clean that one. But I applied it with that. And the reason why I like, my skin definitely feels better, and it's looking better over here already, okay? With the, y'all know that situation, which that video is coming real soon, y'all. But anyway, so, so I used this, and when I peeled the mask off, my skin did not feel tight or dry or irritated even. And I know I sound a little surprised. I'm glad that I don't necessarily have to be, but because I have such sensitive skin, I was kind of concerned that would be the case, but it was not. This is amazing. I cannot wait to repurchase this. I am excited to do that. This is something that will become a staple here for me. So will I use it again? Absolutely. Okay, then the next thing I used was this duo right here. Now, this set right here. This is a lip liner and filler, okay? So this went around the outer perimeter of the lip, and this filled in. These are really very, very creamy. Most times when you have a lip pencil, it's a little hard, but that's not the case at all. Even if I were to do it again right now, look. And the pencil itself is shiny, you know, putting this on. Love this. Absolutely love this. Will I reach for it again? Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. And this is the EVO Beauty Lip Pencil Duo. Okay, love, love, love. Okay, then let's see, what else did I have in here? Okay, my face, I used, because I kind of did this video later in the day, well, because I applied my makeup later in the day, after I toned my skin again, I actually used a makeup refreshing spray. This is by Fenty. This is amazing. This is amazing. It's a beautiful, smooth, soft mist. And it smells very, very nice. I would spray it for you, but I don't want to waste any. I do not want to waste any. I want to continue to be able to use this on my skin. It is amazing. And it's called What It Do. So if you have the opportunity to get this, it's worth the funds that you have to pay to get it. It is so worth it. You probably could even use it not applying makeup. It's just that good. Okay, and then, of course, my mascara, I use the same one, so we're not going to necessarily talk about that. But what I will tell you, I did not touch this stuff. Left it in the beautiful packaging that it is. I didn't even want to open it. Let me tell you something. This was one of the worst things I have ever smelled in the makeup realm. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I'm not even trying to open it now. So it's still in the box. Absolutely. Didn't try it again. No, I have to build up some courage to do that. So for that, no. Okay, so my setting spray. This is what I use, the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I love this. This is in the giveaway that one of you won. That announcement is coming this week. This was amazing. And of course, you know that I take my sponge afterwards and I do pat it into my skin. But this, defend your artistry, definitely love it. Okay, so that is everything I use to create this look. Tell me what your thoughts are down below, okay? So, I thank you so very much for choosing to spend time with me on today as we gave a first impression and we reviewed and tried on, not necessarily in that order, but that is what we did, all of these products today. Now, I do believe that I am caught up. This is a new year. This is 2022, and the new BOXYCHARMs and Ipsies should be coming out any day now. I did get a notification that they shipped, so we'll be doing those soon. I have some new boxes to introduce you to. Yes, I do. So remember, regardless of the season that you are in, you will always be a seasoned beauty. Until next time.